Top of the morning. Top of the morning. I told myself I was gonna give it some time, but fuck it. I'm gonna review it from the rip. Been waiting for this album since July 2025, since he announced it. Let me review episode 4 first. Iceman episode 4. To get a breakdown. He started his rollout, I want to say July, like I said, July 2025, right? Everybody knows he started July 2025. Iceman episode 1. I'm gonna recap that. He was reflecting, I guess, his journey, what have you, then reflected the aftermath of the battle. Right? What did I miss? Cool banger. All right, cool. Drop that afterwards. Okay, cool. Episode 2 was introducing the Pinocchios. He had Central C on there. That's when he premiered Which One. I didn't understand that at one point, but later on it's gonna make sense. Okay, cool. Then later on it had the National Treasures beat. I knew he was ready to go off. I'm like, okay, that was the suspense. Then episode 3, that was the one that left on the cliffhanger where the Pinocchios captured him and all that, and he dropped Doghouse and Somebody Loves You Part 2. I'm glad none of them was on the album, by the way. I wasn't feeling that. But yeah, he don't know that episode. And a lot of people was disappointed with the episode because we thought that was gonna be the reveal with a red button that was rumored. Cool. Episode 4 finally comes out 8 months later. May 14th, as I announced it last week. Finally came out. This time it wasn't a live stream. It was a visual album, which was crazy. Very confused from the rip. I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I'm gonna just be real. I'm like, what? The visual was crazy, the explosions and everything. First, I want to touch on how it started. It started with the song "Make Them Cry," which is easy to me the best album on Iceman. The best album on Ice. I mean, not the best album. My fault. The best song on Iceman off the rip. Just spitting, just being vulnerable. This is what I wanted from him. A lot of people wanted to hear his thoughts after the battle and just him getting back to being introspective, because I feel like he lost that with his recent albums, man. Like, he wasn't reflective, and he was actually reflective on his album, which I like. That's what I wanted, on top of some slaps. He had Academics on there. Shout out to him. He finally showed Academics. Like, Academics been fucking loyal to that nigga since I don't know what. Even after the battle, he was still loyal. So I feel like that was good that he owed him that, gave him a chain. Shout out to Academics, man. That was a good look for him. It was funny. It showed his son driving. The story was all over the place. It was kind of crazy. It was like a story, but then it wasn't. But I see what he was doing. He released a lot of visuals, which the visuals was crazy. Like the explosions, like I said. He had the bangers. Reverted, he had Future on there. He had a song called Rain to Atlanta, which was basically a reference to the Not Like Us joint, ironically. I didn't like Future verse on there. Molly Santana joint was alright. I didn't like Future verse at all. I didn't understand why he even had Future on there. But Future's part of the 20v1. That shit fried me. I didn't understand that at all. But that's here nor there. He got a lot of bangers on there, man. He got a lot of slaps on there. He had the R&B joints on there. This before I even knew that he was dropping the 2 other albums. I'm like, alright. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was very confused watching the short film. The visuals was crazy though. It was very crazy. I like the free sample he did, Make Them Pay with the cartoons. Dog, the visual was just crazy. Like, episode 4 was definitely, when he said it was gonna be his biggest episode to date, he wasn't lying. Like, he had What Did I Miss on there, with him with the Ice Cube and all that. So I'm surprised. I didn't know he was gonna have what did I miss and which ones on the albums and stuff like that. I was, like I said, I was just confused to see where it was going. I was just like, okay, where's the direction going? Like, you know, the Burning Bridges thing, I like that. He was dissing A$AP Rocky, of course. Not For the Radio, I think that's the song, if I'm not mistaken. Basically like a parody of Not Like Us. You can obviously tell he was digging at it. Like, he was digging at the Not Like Us thing, basically trolling DJ Mustard and Kendrick. I like that he addressed, you know, certain stuff of the beef. You know, people wanted to know what his thoughts was, but it wasn't. But he still gave us slappers. It wasn't just solely focused on the aftermath of it. Of course, he's gonna diss. Like, I don't know why people complaining. Like, he been doing this on every album. Either this nigga's on Scorpion, this nigga's on Views, Her Loss. I mean, I can, More Life. I can just name so many. That's what he do, bro. So, anyways, long story short, because I know I'm missing so many, because the episode is 75 minutes long. The episode ain't even uploaded yet. He's still uploading the visuals, which is smart, individually. You know what I mean? But the premiere was crazy. Then you find yourself fast forwarded to the end, because I want to get to the album soon. Fast forward to the end where he burns all the phones, whatever you call it. He burns all the phones. You know, it's showing his address, to Not Like Us cover and all that. And he burns all the phones and shit like that. And it ends off with Make Them Know. Make Them Know. Because I think he had another, he had like a theme. It was Make Them Know, Make Them Cry, Make Them Pay, and Make Them Remember. And then it ended with the Iceman, whatever you call it, the Iceman, baby, that jump. But the crazy plot twist, because I was like, where's the story? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, how does this conclude the Iceman episode? But if you look toward the end, he finally revealed what was in the bag from episode 2 and 3. Because if you remember, he called and he like, yo, you got the bag, whatever you call it, like, it's gonna come through. Okay, cool. Because we all was wondering what the fuck is in the bag, like, you know what I mean? And we all knew he had the theme of blue, red, and green theme. And you know, he had a song called Blue, Red, Green. Yeah, that song, but it got with the 100 gigs, but that got taken off, I guess, due to sample clearances or something. I don't know. But the whole plot twist, man, is crazy, because he's been plotting on this since 2024. So the plot twist was basically at the end of the episode 4, which was in the bag was the blue hard drive, which was a BBT. If I'm saying it right, please don't slaughter me. A BBT. The green was maidofhonour, and the red was Iceman. That was the whole plot twist. That was the whole reveal from the bag. You know what I mean? People thought he was gonna expose something like that. No, it was a genius chess move. Very genius chess move. It took long enough for him to drop this episode and drop the damn album, because it was like an 8-month gap between since he done the last episode. But nevertheless, it came out. But the plot twist was crazy, man. The fact that that's what he revealed. Instead of dropping 3 albums, drop it from the biggest sound. So I'm like, oh damn. Because I remember Gordo saying it, like he's about to do something that's never been seen before and all that. And obviously, you know, the situation he had with UMG, it made sense to get out of the contract. Now, of course, people gonna say, oh, quantity over quality, he's dropping da-da-da-da. This is my thing, right? This is my thing. My thing is this, man. I had no expectations on this, man. I didn't have no expectations. I wasn't expecting this to be a classic. The nigga gave us 3 different vibes. He gave you a club vibe, right? Dance hall, club, house, whatever you want to call it. Well, I wouldn't say house, but club, you know, dance hall. He gave you that vibe, maidofhonour. That's going for the bitches outside, you know what I mean, that want to twerk and all that weird shit. Cool. That was my least favorite, but a couple of joints I like. I like Q&A, that was my favorite. I like Stuck. I remember he previewed Stuck on episode 3, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, the fuck is this? But when I heard it totality, I'm like, okay, okay. And which one? It makes sense that which one was on that project, since it's fitting their vibe. So it all made sense. It's like, what did I miss? It was on Iceman. So in Iceman, he gave you a rap, he gave you introspection, the vulnerability, he gave you a bounce with that. What else? Oh, habibti. Like I said, that's my favorite. Habibti, that's my favorite out of all of them. I'm keep it being. I like the vibe. I like the Pocky had Sexy Red on that joint. She was sliding on that joint. I don't even like Sexy Red. She was sliding on that joint. I like WNBA. I didn't like the intro. Rough, whatever you want to call it. Rusty, whatever. I didn't like the intro. Was like, WNBA, that was a vibe. Slap the City was a vibe. I remember listening to that with the visual album, episode 4. I was like, oh, no, I can fuck with this. The other girl, I forgot her name. I can't even pronounce her name. She did her thing on there. I like Forgeworth, if I'm not mistaken, with Party Next Door. That's a vibe. Just like, I'm feeling you. That John, I think was a classic. That was hard. habibti is my shit. I'm not gonna lie. That's my shit. Like, I'm still fucking with that shit. I like it, dog. I like it. I know I'm missing a song from there. I know I'm missing a song. I said WNBA, Forgeworth, classic. Am I missing something? Slap the City. I know I'm missing a song from there, but I get back to it. But Iceman, overall, of course, was the album that everybody was anticipating on. That was like the main thing. The other two was a surprise. So, of course, he had disses. He dissed Ross on there. He dissed Khaled on there. Talking about the Palestine thing. Talking about how he was silent the beef and silent on his own people, which I think is crazy. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, but what he needs to be on it. It's like, that's not the point. The point is like, bro, why you ain't, you know what I mean? Like, he made a point. Let's just put it like that. You know what I mean? It's not to say Drake is an activist, but he made a point. Why you not touching on? You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, man, he gave you 3 different flavors, man. I just don't know. You still got people complaining, and you know, oh, he is quite. It's like, bro, it's nothing for else him to do at this point. It's nothing for him else to do at this point, man. And I don't even think this album was made for number ones, because I don't really get no hits off this album, but I don't think that was his mission. I really don't think it was mission. I wasn't getting this from his album. The nigga fulfilled his contract. Genius chess move. He gave you 3 different vibes. You wanna fuck with R&B Drake? Cool. You wanna fuck with the rap Drake, where he's giving you straight bars, and he giving you slappers like Janet, shut the fuck up. That joint was hard. Dust. Bro, he got so many bangers, bro. Plot twists. Like, bro, the John B's with B's on the table with 21. Like, come on, bro. It's what more can you ask for, bro? I mean, he giving you 3 different flavors. So it's like, and people so quick to just like shit on it and all that, but you know you're gonna have that. You can never please them all. Nobody's ever satisfied, man. At the end of the day, like I said, habibti is my favorite out of all of them. I like the vibe more. I'll put that to me is an 8 out of 10, in my opinion. Iceman, 8 out of 10. Maidofhonour to me is my least favorite. That's 6.5 out of 10, or yeah, I get that at 6.5 out of 10. That's not something I'm going to revisit back to. Like, my favorite one out of there was Q&A. I like that vibe. And then it was interesting because he had a rock song at the end. He had a rock song at the end. It was called Princess. That was interesting too. I kind of like how he do it, man. He's so diverse, man. Just like on like he just do different shit. Like, honestly, never mind. He did a whole house album, and then he just ended with a banger with Jimmy Cooks. You know what I mean? Like, he just does shit. He just do different shit, man. You know what I mean? If you're expecting, like I said, views, or if you're expecting to take care of Nothing Was the Same, this album ain't for you. It ain't for you. Like, them days over. You spending if you read it's too late and shit like that. So far gone. It ain't for you. You know what I mean? But if you like different, you know, vibes where he's catered to different lanes, you like R&B Drake, I say fuck with habibti. You like vulnerable Drake or that vengeful rap and all that, Iceman is for you. The slappers and the straight bars and lyrics and stuff like that, it's for you. If you like, you know, that outside music that Drake makes, that In My Feelings and all that type of vibe, where, you know, bitches outside and all that, Maidofhonour's for you. I mean, like I told you, he has 3 different vibes. You choose. You know what I mean? It's like almost a Matrix shit. You choose what pill you fuck with. So that's my opinion on it. That's my take on it, man. On a long-awaited album, which is now albums. And over we out of here, man. Phrase, y'all be safe.